Is Camper Nicholson driving this urban renewal effort in that area, that entire area?
The answer is no. The answer is this. This is part of the Visible Transformation Project. Let me repeat it. Right? Now, let me just tell you that I have not even, I think someone posted once about a plan that Camper had for the area. I did not even have seen that report and so. I've never even gone into it in detail.
But I'm going to go back to 2014 in a letter that Sandra Ferguson wrote, who is a member of the Citizens in Defense of Grenada's Lands and Heritage. She said in that letter, quote, as usual, Citizens in Defense of Grenada's Lands and Heritage continues to take a keen interest in the happenings of the company Camper and Nicholson Marine Investments, owners of the Port Louis Marina. We are particularly concerned about the protection of the lagoon shore to which the company lays claim, and the fact that the lagoon, a significant national asset, is under the control of the company. We continue to look for answers relating to the infamous original deed of release of October 5th, 2006, which is purported to have facilitated the transfer of the people's property to Ambassador de Savory's Port Louis for $1 EC, who then sold it to Camper Nicholson, but is not registered in the Deeds and Lands Registry of Grenada because, quote, it could not be found.
I know as a fact, because I dealt with it, right? Talking about the foreshore forming the lagoon, from the entrance to Port Louis up to the Gleans Jetty, that strip that belongs to Camper Nicholson, and it is in the Deeds and Land Registry, right? That's a fact. The truth is, only that bit belongs to Camper, apart from where the marina is, and the rest belongs to other people, and so forth.
So
right?
only that bit, only
yes,
that
and to
bit
clarify
there.
now, the whole port thing. Let's just say this. So the port is a straight line from Pointe Point to Molyneux, all that water inshore of that. And as he said, the water. So the high water mark is where it ends. Now the land along the lagoon is above the high water mark. So that land, okay, on the roadside to the sea, that land, because the high water mark doesn't come up above there, so it's lapping against the edge of that land. All that land belongs to the government except the Camper bit from Gleans Jetty to the entrance to Port Louis.
Well, first of all, I want to distinguish the quoted Sandra Ferguson article from what obtained in the lagoon. I don't know, Jimmy might help us here. I don't know if you remember a lady called Miss Frisbee. And there was one Miss Frisbee who single-handedly undertook the landscaping and practical day-to-day management of the cleanliness, the environments of the lagoon. And this is long before Camper Nicholson. I've heard, so we need to when that article that Sandra wrote had to do with the original GYS lease, the original GYS lease, which would have incorporated or may have incorporated part of the lands occupied by what was Ross Trading or Ross Iron Works or whatever it was. I have heard Jimmy talk about the some ownership by Camper Nicholson up to some part of the lagoon. I am not aware of that. Camper Nicholson effectively took over the GYS lease from 1961. And if it is correct that the Ports Authority exercises control or jurisdiction up to the high water mark, there is no land in the lagoon after the high water mark. Objectively, there may be the appearance of land there, no, because of the work which had been done since Royce and John days. Because remember, the lagoon was a mang. In fact, it used to be called a mang. It was a dump. It was a swamp. And it was by dumping stuff, the same stuff we dumping in Perseverance now, that used to be dumped in the lagoon to bring it to where it was. In fact, the lagoon did not become a road until after the airport had reached a substantial stage in its construction. And you began to move gravel from the red gravel heap in Queen's Park to Point Saline, that in fact the Lagoon Road or the Lagoon Highway was built up and the Belmont Main Road as we know it died. That's what happened. So there is the question of ownership and there is the question of management. And to the extent that government chooses to show an interest in a particular area, entities that are legally charged with jurisdiction in those areas, they are constrained. I can tell you of buildings that have appeared practically in the road because a minister has so directed or directed no action to be taken. These are the facts. Minister Andy has spoken about this particular project. What is the framework within which that has taken place? I mean, the truth of the matter is that everybody has good, well, not everybody, but some people have good intentions. But I believe in the saying that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
And they all bought into it, and that is where, this whole thing is singing. So this is not about trying to please somebody. This is about national pride. And anyone who knows me knows that, listen, I am not in this favoritism stuff. We are all Grenadians. We all want to see our country looking better. When we go to places like the Bahamas and so, and we see it looking lovely, we should want the same for Grenada. So it's nothing about any private sector driving this.
But Mr. Williams, you're still not answering the question about the ownership. The ownership, I believe, is one of the sticking points in that area. Who owns the entire lagoon? I think that's the question that civil society raised, and that's the question that Ambrose Phillip is raising here. Is Camper Nicholson driving this urban renewal effort in that area, that entire area?
The answer is no. The answer is this. This is part of the visible transformation project. Let me repeat it. Right? Now, let me just tell you that I have not even, I think someone posted once about a plan that Camper had for the area. I did not even have seen that report and so. I've never even gone into it in details. I've only saw someone posted it and that was it. But this is, again, see, let me just repeat this because I don't want people to go away thinking that anyone is driving this. This is our government as part of the transformation process. We are driving this. And it's all about, again, back to national pride. And we have to have that. So this project, number one, will seem to really restore the lagoon in its full sense. And let me just tell you this to the nation and to your guests and to the host on this show here, right? That garbage is garbage. Beautifying is beautifying. There is no trick in it. This is not complicated. And everyone, I went to one of the companies there, and a gentleman looked at me and said, Andy, look at this. It's a nightmare or it's an eyesore to look at. And I'm saying that in itself is enough to say, let's start to do something about it.
Hi everyone, thanks for checking out the Bob Report's social media pages. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch our weekly live show, follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch repeat episodes on Wednesdays at 4 and 5 p.m. respectively on CRFM Radio and GBN TV in Grenada. We are also viewed on Sundays at 8 p.m. on WPG 10 throughout the Caribbean. Thanks for watching.